Warning.
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 Warning. You are entering into the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. Too late. Personal Development Unplugged.
Hey, it's Paul Clough, Personal Development Unplugged, and in this MaD WoLd little episode, I just want to say hi to you. How you doing? Maybe just stop for a moment and take a little bit of stock of where we are in this MaD world, because there's so many people in lockdown. We're not in lockdown in the UK. It is absolutely silly. There are some people who are showing their true colours. Well, everyone seems to be showing their true colours. Some of the colours are absolutely wonderful, like the colours of a rainbow. There are some wonderful people about, and there are also some arseholes. People who are just out for themselves and have shown their true greed. And hopefully they will see the light. Hopefully they'll see the light. But on this really quick episode, just get you something to think about. A couple of things. One is we talk about pausing. And what I'd like you to do, if you wanted to, have a look at different ways of breathing. Because if you're going to pause and you're not going to meditate, and we're going to talk about meditating in another little episode, 5-minute quickie, maybe a little longer one. But there are different ways of just breathing in your pausing. And there's a guy called Wim Hof, W-I-M-H-O, I think it's only one F, it could be two Fs. Wim Hof. He has a particular breathing pattern that supposedly is to help your immune system, which is effectively 30 very deep in-breaths and out-breaths, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other, 30 of those, one after the other. And then on the last exhalation, you hold your breath. And you hold it for as long as you can. And he looks for you to hold it for a minute. And the first time you do it, you probably don't get anywhere near it. But I tell you now, I've been doing it a little while, and you do get longer and longer with that holding of the breath. And then at the end of that, you breathe out, and then you hold your breath again. No, sorry, you breathe in. Can't breathe out anymore. Breathe in, and just hold that in-breath for 15 seconds. And then you do it again. You do 2 rounds. But that's just a brief thing. You know, you can see him on YouTube. Just look for the Wim Hof breathing method. There's another lovely breathing method that is just called square breathing. A lot of people teach it now. I think I may have talked about it before. But just if you're going to pause, all you simply do is breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Breathe out for 4. Hold for 4. And that's it. And it's simply, if you imagined a square, anyway, sometimes it's, I look at a window or something like that, but you can just imagine a square out in front of you. And imagine each line is 4 seconds long. So maybe across the top, you breathe in for 4, counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Then hold as you imagine coming down the side of that square for 4. Then breathe in or out, whichever the opposite to the one you did on the top, for 4. And then hold, and you just keep going around that. And do that for about a minute. And that's a lovely way to just bring everything down. It's quite good at bringing your pulse down. It's your heartbeat, your heart rate. It's good for just giving you a little bit of calm. But if you're doing that, and if you can do it do it outside and just look around and get some fresh air as well, that can be a real calming effect. And they're so easy to do. Forget the 20-minute rule. You can do these in a minute, 3 minutes. And it's good to do it every now and again, because it just brings you down into like not total grounding, but it brings you back to the moment, brings you back to your breath. So it's like a mini meditation, but all you're doing is breathing. Have a look at that. You can look at that on the internet, square breathing, but it's so easy. Just imagine a square, 4 seconds, in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, in for 4, and just keep that lovely circle going. No strain. Just breathe. Because if you're breathing, guess what? You're bloody live. And that's a good thing. Another day above ground. Another day breathing is wonderful. And especially if you can then, being in the present, can just have a look around. Even if you're indoors, just look around and be grateful for all the things that you have. All the things that are made for you, that you've got in your house. The people, everything you've learned. Because that feeling of gratitude, grounding and breathing, just for a couple of minutes, will allow the rest of the next hour or so to go so wonderful. Lovely way of just to say ground, come into the moment, be in the present. That's just a couple of little ways. And I just want to throw you these little things out because I understand, or I think I understand, that some people, because they're at home now, don't get the time to listen to a podcast, where they might listen to it on their commute or their ride to work or whatever it is. And now maybe a longer podcast is more difficult to listen to. I'd love to know your thoughts on that, because I really need to know your thoughts. Because if it's too long, then I'll shorten these things. If you think what I'm giving you is not a load of BS, then I'll stop doing them. It doesn't matter. But I just want to help somebody, and I want to help you. I've got lots of little thoughts I can do. I can do longer pods, shorter pods, little things like this. But if you would, just right now, everything that you listen to, or this podcast on, I bet has access to the internet and an email. Why don't you just send me your couple of thoughts right now on email? feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com, and just say, Paul, yeah, 5 minutes is great, or 20 minutes is too long, or not long enough. Can you keep it more deeper? Can you make it more easy? I don't know, whatever. Give me a subject matter. But I do really need your feedback, because doing these every day is really taxing, and there's only me here to do it. I have to do it, edit it, post it, upload it, do all that stuff, and then put it out again. So if you would help me to help you and help other people, give me your feedback, some thoughts, if you would. So as I said, I'm sure that thing you're listening to right now has access to the internet. So as you're listening now, why don't you start opening an email to me? feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. We're all in this together. We're all going to get out of it together, because this is a mad world. And funny enough, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for us. Opportunities to change the bloody world. So let's have a little play at that. Do let me know, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Okay. Speak to me. Bye-bye.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.